So let's talk about potential energy. Potential energy is any energy that's stored in an object due to its position. The formula for potential energy is mass multiplied by acceleration multiplied by its height. So the mass is going to be in kilograms. The g is acceleration due to gravity. This will be a constant, which essentially means that its value will not change in the use of this formula, which is 9.8 meters per second squared. And h will be height in meters. So what affects the amount of potential energy an object has? Once again, g, which is the acceleration due to gravity, is constant, which means that the only two other variables are the ones that affect potential energy, or the amount of energy you have, which is its height and also its mass. So just kind of going over this idea really quickly, if a person were to happen to drop a textbook 1 inch off of your head, that's not a huge amount of distance or amount of height, so it might not hurt your head that much. But then if that same person dropped a textbook, let's say 10 feet above your head, it's gonna hurt a lot more because there's a lot more energy that the object had because it's at a much higher height. Now, if we flip that over to the mass side, if we decrease the mass significantly to a tennis ball and dropped it, let's say 1 inch off of your head, it's not going to hurt as much because the amount of potential energy the object had is drastically lower than that of the textbook because the textbook's obviously a lot more massive. Also, if we happen to drop that object 10 feet above that person's head, it's going to hurt more, but it's not going to hurt nearly as much as the textbook being dropped 10 feet above your head because once again, the amount of mass it has is lower, so therefore the amount of potential energy that was stored in that object is lower as well. Moving on to kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is an energy that the object has due to its motion or due to the fact that it's moving. So the formula for kinetic energy is 1/2 mass times velocity squared, where mass is in kilograms, velocity is in meters per second. So we have two pictures of two individuals running here. We got a individual man at the top and we got a nice little puppy at the bottom. So what affects the amount of kinetic energy an object has is effectively the mass and how fast it's moving, which is velocity. So using these two examples again, assuming these two objects or these two individuals were running at the same velocity, which one have more kinetic energy, it would obviously be the one at the top, because the male has more mass than that of the cute little puppy at the bottom. So just keep in mind that mass does have quite a big impact in terms of how much energy it has.